For years, LEGO fans have been pointing the finger at licensed themes, blaming them for the current lack of unlicensed, non-evergreen themes. I'll admit it, I am one of those fans. And in a way, our criticism is justified, but not entirely. Today, I'll be talking about 5 unlicensed LEGO themes that were replaced by licensed properties in an attempt to answer the question, were these themes created by LEGO with the goal in mind that they'd eventually be replaced by similar licensed properties? After all, many of the themes I'll talk about today experienced their run before LEGO had the clout and ability to acquire virtually any license out there. So, without further ado, let's start today's list with 2007's Castle theme, which many refer to as the fantasy era of LEGO Castle. The fantasy era lasted from 2007 to 2009, and this specific iteration of Castle was replaced in 2012 with LEGO's Lord of the Rings and Hobbit theme. This fantasy era saw LEGO finally dip its toes into a fantasy world, as instead of taking on opposing armies of knights, the Crown Knights had to fight off an army of skeletons led by an evil wizard, as well as a legion of trolls. Thankfully for the Crown Knights, they were not alone in fighting the trolls, as the dwarves were also engaged in the Great Troll War. While 2007 to 2009's fantasy era was not the final LEGO Castle theme, it was the first and last LEGO Castle line with trolls, skeletons, wizards, and dwarves, as this theme was replaced with LEGO Lord of the Rings and Hobbit sets. Looking back, everything about this line screams Lord of the Rings. The trolls are a more cartoonish version of the orc army, there are evil wizards in charge, and how can you forget about the dwarves? So, was this theme created with the goal of luring the Tolkien estate to signing off on a wave of LEGO Lord of the Rings sets? No, I doubt it, but I believe the original announcement of the then 2-part Hobbit series in 2007 might have shifted LEGO's intentions with the theme. All of a sudden, trolls and dwarves were thrown into sets in 2008, and then once 2009 rolled around, the theme just stopped. This theme had been LEGO's most successful castle line of the 21st century, and instead of continuing it for another year or two, it came to an end, and then Kingdoms was thrown on the scene. Ultimately, I believe the announcement of the Hobbit series incited LEGO to end the fantasy era in preparation for a possible Lord of the Rings and Hobbit license, which they did acquire in the end. The second unlicensed theme that was replaced by a licensed property is 2012's Dino theme. This theme lasted 1 year and only had 1 wave of sets. In addition, it was LEGO's first dinosaur theme since 2005's Dino Attack, and featured brand new Raptor, Pterodactyl, Triceratops, and T-Rex molds. Now, of course, this line was replaced by LEGO's Jurassic World theme, which was originally introduced in 2015, and since 2018 has been an evergreen theme. Humans hunting rogue dinosaurs in a modern setting? Yeah, that isn't a story exclusive to this theme. We all know where the inspiration for this line came from. So, was this theme created with the intention of it being replaced by LEGO's second journey into the Jurassic Park universe? Yes, sirree. Why else would LEGO waste time and money to create brand new molds for a theme with only 1 wave of sets? And why discontinue those sets after only 1 year on shelves? This could not have been because of poor sales, as if LEGO Dino failed, we probably would have never received Jurassic World sets 3 years later. The Dino 2012 theme was created to test the waters and gauge interest on potential Jurassic World sets, as the Jurassic World movie had been in development for a decade once it finally began to take shape in the early 2010s. Following our brief expedition into LEGO's different prehistoric properties, we make our way to the Wild Wild West for the third theme that was replaced by a licensed property. I'm of course talking about the late 1990s Western theme, which was revived in 2002 with 3 set re-releases before being replaced by the Lone Ranger in 2013. But before I can ask, no. LEGO did not create the Western theme in the hopes that it convinced Disney to collaborate with them on a new Lone Ranger line of sets. When the Western line was introduced in the late 1990s, there was no talk of a Lone Ranger reboot. Heck, Western as a whole was a genre that even in the 90s was decades past its prime. In a way, the Lone Ranger set lineup from 2013 didn't replace Western. It actually resurrected the theme. The decade-long hiatus gave LEGO the perfect opportunity to take on the Lone Ranger property, as they were able to provide fans with a fresh assortment of Western builds while also creating another licensed theme that helped strengthen the company's relationship with Disney. On the topic of Disney, it's only right that we talk about the original Mickey Mouse theme, released in 2000. This theme marked the beginning of a now 23-year-long relationship between the LEGO Group and the Walt Disney Company, which has seen the introduction and continuation of some of LEGO's most successful properties. But when LEGO joined forces with Disney to release 5 Mickey Mouse sets, they released sets very similar to the Fabuland theme of the 1980s. That's right, Fabuland was replaced by LEGO's Mickey Mouse theme, even though there was an 11-year gap between the final year of Fabuland and 2000. Just one quick look at Fabuland and some of the names of the characters makes it obvious that LEGO was trying to build their own Disney-esque lineup of animal mascots. Edward Elephant, Bonnie Bunny, Max Mouse, Clive Crocodile. Come on, guys, let's be real. But did LEGO create Fabuland with the goal in mind that it would eventually be replaced by a lineup of similar sets, but with Mickey instead of Max? Not at all. Fabuland's reign came to a close a decade before LEGO even began producing sets for licensed properties. As the theme wasn't created to be replaced by Disney, it was created to compete with Disney. This was the first LEGO theme that was expanded into books, clothing, and even a TV show, Edward and Friends. It just so happened that when LEGO partnered with Disney in 2000, they decided to bring back the Fabuland style of minifigures and set builds. While this might have been a successful move in the 80s, it obviously did not lead to massive success, as the theme came to a close pretty quickly. Yes, the Mickey Mouse theme did replace Fabuland, but that's only because LEGO was lazy and thought a brand new demographic would warm up to Fabuland style sets and minifigures, which obviously didn't happen. Following Fabuland, we have Adventurers at number 5, a theme that was replaced in 2008 with the Indiana Jones theme, a property that will be making its return later this year. Similar to how the Castle Fantasy era sets were inspired by Lord of the Rings, Indiana Jones has a direct influence over Adventurers, and it's no surprise that the Indiana Jones sets replace the Adventurers theme. From his hat, to his facial hair, to his overall look, Johnny Thunder is obviously LEGO's version of Indiana Jones, and the inclusion of a stereotypical German villain in Baron von Barron, as well as a father figure in Dr. Kilroy, all point to Adventurers being LEGO's unlicensed answer to Indiana Jones. While you could make the argument that Pharaoh's Quest is the theme that replaced Adventurers, the only similarity it has with the original Adventurers theme is its exploration of Egypt. Other than that, these themes have a plethora of differences. So, was Adventurers created with the idea in mind that it be replaced by Indiana Jones? It was not. The Indiana Jones franchise in the early 2000s was essentially all wrapped up. It had been 10 years since the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, and fans were not expecting a 4th movie. We all know that changed. But again, similar to Fabuland, Adventurers was meant to be LEGO's answer to Indiana Jones. Well, as we discovered today, some of these properties were created by LEGO to be replaced by licensed themes, while for others, they just happened to be LEGO's version of different pop culture properties that were eventually replaced by those exact properties. Some honorable mentions for today's list are Agents, Ultra Agents, and Alpha Team with the James Bond, Aston Martin, and Mission Impossible Dimensions pack, Classic Space with Star Wars, 2009's Pirates with Pirates of the Caribbean, and Bionicle G2 with Star Wars Construction figures.